Ooh. When life is but a torture, welcome to Smiley's Corner. Yeah!
Welcome to Smiley's Corner. My name's Smiley. We are gathered here today with my good friend Cole,
Folks,
my other good friend John.
Hello.
people of the church.
How's everybody doing?
Open the steeple and there are the people.
That's right.
This is the Church of Smiley.
It's the Cornerstone Church. Smiley's Cornerstone Church.
A good way to kill 15 minutes is if you came up with a sermon each week.
We're looking to kill 15 minutes?
Yeah, that's a good way. You just do a sermon. Isn't that
What do I
usually
do
how
it-
long a
what do I
sermon
do
lasts
a
at a church?
sermon about?
Living life?
you-
Loving it?
Typically, what people do, I believe they take a passage or book in the Bible
Yeah.
and they relate that to the real world.
Uh-huh.
So I think we get a lot of listeners if you did that.
It'd be really sweet if you could just open up a Bible and just hit a page with your finger and then go on a spiel about that. Just
About the book of Satan.
Yeah, you got to know.
just three
none of that.
verses.
Satan's cool. Christian's not cool. So that makes it like Kanye is banking off that. Like, shit,
True.
y'all think it's not cool? Jesus is king, son. He is cool. He's banking off that. You're
God's
a rebel.
new thing, man. He's got it going on.
Yeah, you'll be a rebel if you're a Christian.
So, but you could reserve like the scary shit, like Revelations for holidays, 9/11, Labor Day,
Yeah.
like it. But otherwise,
Easter.
it's just Leviticus, boring shit, and Job,
Isn't Leviticus the one with all the weird rules in it?
commandments, or
Not commandments. The ones that are like the one about
Oh, the,
selling your
like-
daughter into slavery.
And don't eat shellfish and whatnot?
Yeah, and
it's like sub commandments.
yeah, there's because I remember hearing about that, and I'm just
Don't
like,
lie with your wife while she's on her period.
Oh man, what about girlfriend?
Definitely don't do that.
Definitely don't. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, the marriage thing.
Yeah.
Got to be.
she can't get pregnant though.
I don't-
Yeah, but you got to be married to be boning in Bible.
Yeah, but
In
I feel like
Bible
that's a stipulation. I feel like that's
life. A sub commandment.
what's that word? A loophole. It's like, well, she can't get pregnant, so it's not really like. I feel like I'm like pleading with God, like, come on, dude, like, lawyer. Is there Johnny Cochran here? Johnny Cochran, I don't think he's gonna be there, but
Well,
would he be there?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of life he led outside of defending a fucking criminal, but
Well, there you go.
Could've been a
Wasn't
good
there,
guy.
Like, some kind of passage
Doing his
about
job.
like strictly for procreation, not to
Probably.
get
I'm
your
sure there is.
jollies.
don't get your jollies off.
It's funny because you got to make it feel good so people will want to continue to do it. The problem is he made it feel like too good because people like want to do it all the time.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes
It's
you
really
just,
a problem.
sometimes it's like a ecstasy hit. Like your brain just scrambles and it's like, oh man,
Ugh.
ecstasy for a second. It's like, why make something feel that great if you're just going to put a bunch of bylaws and
Yeah, you can't be doing that, man.
do nots? Like, you can't have that.
I mean, jerking off is wrong, right?
I think so, because does anybody ever jerk off without lusting?
no, it's
I don't.
impossible.
Yeah, that's what I always thought was weird
I
about
don't think
the.
it's impossible.
That sounds, would seem impossible to me. But, I
'Cause
mean,
I feel like if somebody rubbed down there long enough, even if you were like, I don't know,
Well, I mean, if you like,
or what if you're like asexual or something?
boy, let's dive into asexuality.
so, but I don't. I
What's
mean,
the deal?
I feel like he might give you a pass on like a wet dream, but I
Yeah,
mean,
you can't,
have to.
you can't control like what your
I wonder if I
body's
have to
doing.
confess a wet dream.
How do you confess or what? Is
Well,
that
like
just-
confession and stuff. You know, you're like confessing your sins in the little
Well,
room.
Maybe if you were lusting, like if you remember like consciously lusting.
That was a good dream.
Yeah.
In all my wet dreams, I remember there was sex stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, and I remember, you know, when I woke up, like, God damn, that was great sex.
Uh-huh.
It was great, the greatest sex I never had.
But I've heard some people have them and it's just like it just happens and there's nothing particular going on in their
and
brain.
like nothing. It's just
Yeah,
like,
or they don't-
woke up with wet.
Or they don't recall. Because I don't remember a lot of my dreams sometimes.
Yeah, but I find. I mean, I guess it's not impossible.
Because a lot of
You
people
are
are
dry humping your couch though, so I didn't see.
a lot of people are trying to do No Nut November, and I saw somebody complaining about that. He probably was a shit poster, but he's like, I couldn't even make it past the first day. I stopped and I just busted in my sleep.
Busted in my sleep.
Yeah, I doubt that.
I thought November was for the mustache.
It's also
I believe that's
Movember.
Movember.
Yeah, but the No Nut thing, it's very popular on Reddit.
I feel like No Nut November is at least started or is more popular than the Movember. I even hate the Movember. I'm like, that's not really, doesn't sound like mustache at all. But
Mo, and you gotta
mustache.
You gotta use your imagination.
Or
Yeah.
there's also No Shave November, I think, some people.
Yeah, chicks. Oh, I feel like chicks are like,
man.
Winter has come. I'm not shaving ever again for 6 more months.
Hey, man.
I mean, I get it. I get it. If I was in their spot, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
It's a pain in the ass, from
Yeah.
what I hear.
I don't need to see people showing it off. And that's not even a misogynist thing. I don't want dudes showing off.
Their pit hair.
I don't want to see people showing off hairy things on the internet.
Can we just get rid of tank tops? Actually, no. That was a bad take. I was about to run on that for 2020. But tank tops got to stay.
Well, you know what's funny is growing up, I wanted to be, especially, I feel like, I may be wrong about this, maybe it's still going on, but do you feel like there was the wife beater craze in the 90s? I mean, it's probably gone on for a long time, but I feel like it was,
Yeah, it was definitely a lot more
and
popular.
I wanted to be a wife beater guy.
Yeah.
And like I had a white one and a black one, and I think I wore them around the house, but I could just never.
Yeah,
I just
it
felt
was really awkward.
so awkward.
I saw a couple of kids like when I was in band. The dress code wasn't quite as like strict as like walking around at school, and we were like out in the sun or whatever. A lot of times it was like after school we'd be practicing on like the football field, so you'd see like dudes awkwardly wearing wife beaters, just looking kind of. Like,
But some people look
bro?
okay.
I play a French horn.
Really doughy, or just didn't have a body for a tank.
Well, some of them were like kind of buff, but they were just
Being
like
pale is not a good one.
regular looking dudes.
Bunch of fives out there.
Yeah.
Probably had a little bit of pit or just a little bit of dirty stain
Maybe.
if
Yeah.
they were white.
But I'm,
Little
They're
back
white.
knee.
I'm envious of
Because
people.
we were in high school.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm
steroids
envious of
kicking in.
people that look cool in those things. It's like I always wanted to, but I just couldn't.
You rarely look cool, man. I think you have to have a long body. You have
I
to have a
don't know if-
long torso.
Some people just look normal. I feel like, they could go out to the bar right now and be like, no one would say anything. But I feel, granted, it would have to be people I know. I don't think strangers would say
And
anything.
weather,
But yeah, if I wore a tank top out, they'd be like, "Oh, tank top, huh?" It's just like, yeah, fuck off, man. People wear tank tops. I'm a
Actually,
tank top guy now.
Do you guys remember?
It's like the long hair thing. I feel like I constantly
Trying to
got,
transition to tank top guy.
I'm trying to remember where they sold them, but I vaguely remember seeing wife beaters with patterns on them.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, I swear I saw like it's that same material, but they're usually like a darker color, like.
Sounds like a Louis Vuitton thing.
But it had like it would have like skulls or like some kind of shit on it.
No.
But I remember seeing them like hanging up in like a Mervin's or something.
Doesn't somebody we know have like a multicolored one?
Like a wife beater or
Like
just
a
a tank top?
Maybe it's just a tank top. Maybe that's what it is.
It's gotta
was
be
thinking
just-
it
I
was
don't
like
know
a
any-
rainbow kind of thing. But I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
if it
probably
was-
just a weird hippie tank.
Mm.
What's the other name for wife beater? I recently heard
Is
it.
it
Yeah,
A
that's-
shirt?
Okay, for the A frame.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
kind of hate that name, but I
An
think
A shirt.
You know what's funny is that I could tell the world we live in because before you can go back and listen. There's probably a nice 2 to 3 second pause before I say it because I'm like, I understand that people don't like that term, but I'm like, I don't know another term. I don't know what else to call it because
Yeah,
a tank top it's not specifically a fucking wife beater.
Well, it's
so,
a shirt that's has some design to it. As an A shirt is just an undershirt.
Yeah.
That's what it's used for.
a shirt. God, I don't.
And 1999
I'm not sure if
rap
that's a
videos.
100%.
You're probably right. I mean, that's gonna be. It's confusing. Like, hey man, you got an A shirt? I have
I
a shirt.
A shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
feel
I do
like-
have a
I
shirt.
feel like it's the whole who's on first thing. It's like,
Well, I mean, just think about the T-shirt. You know, a sleeve with T's. It's
Oh,
a T-shirt.
I just realized.
And you can also
that's what
use
you're talking
it
about, the
to
A-frame. Okay, I got you.
Just draw a. Yeah, you got me. So I'm gonna over-explain it to you. I capitalized A.
Capitalize A.
An
All
A
right.
shirt.
All right, A shirt, T-shirt, because it looks like a T smiley. Well, what do they call it in other countries where they don't have T's?
I don't know. You can also do the same thing with the type of frame on a car, but that takes a lot more car knowledge than I have. Because you have like a F frame and a C frame.
What's I think when my brother was into the racing, I think it was were they F1? No. Whatever the Lone Star track, those kind of cars. I feel like F1.
The ones with like the sort of wings on
I
top.
almost said like T model, but it's not.
The old Model T.
Man. It's
I know what
something.
you're talking about.
But
They're
yeah.
called funny cars.
I'm sure they
Not
just,
funny cars. That's drag racing. Fuck.
It wasn't funny. What's the little dune buggy looking ones? Are those not funny cars? I just thought, oh, they look funny. To me, in my head, I'm like, oh, they look funny, so those must be the funny
like
cars.
Baja.
Are you thinking about truck racing?
You thinking about Baja Bugs?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they kind of look like that.
Man, my racing knowledge is just not here.
Oh, this is kind of related. Just talking about like other countries having other names
Look
for
at those
T-shirts.
Look at those A shirts.
Oh yeah, Slim Shady. Yeah, I should have known.
I can't find anything that says. I swear I saw like a package in a store that said like A shirt or A frame shirt or something.
No, that would be funny if it's
But
like,
I
here's
keep
A
seeing-
shirt, and
I
you're
keep
like, oh, it's an
seeing-
A shirt.
I keep seeing more offensive things.
Oh, more
Um,
offensive?
They're also called a guinea tee or a doggo tee.
God, this is not good.
That's Italian slurs.
Wait. What's the second term?
A doggo. Doggo.
How do you spell it?
DAGO.
Okay. Because my mother's name, my nieces call her Dogga. Dogga and Papa. I don't know. I think it was one of those things where they can't say something when they're one, and then it just stuck.
But it just says like sleeveless shirt.
Okay. Yeah, go with the sleeveless tee.
Well, I can't call it a fucking.
But that gets confusing because you also have muscle shirts, which are T-shirts without the sleeves.
But those are an unofficial shirt. You can't buy those. You have
can't?
to. I thought you have to make those with
mean,
a pair of scissors.
I
Go
think-
for muscle shirt.
I bet Academy probably sells them.
Well, I'm talking about cool shit, not this. Not this workout. Going to the gym type of stuff. Gym.
But
I'm just trying to think of all the ridiculous searches you could do.
but in that movie,
Yeah, here's one for $9.50. No
Okay.
sleeves.
$9.50.
So it's knitted right there at the sleeve. Just okay. It's just
Well, some of them have like the low. They dip
low
down.
cut?
Yeah, they dip down close to your waist, and some of them are like right up in the armpit.
You know what you got to do is I think we got to find a kid and ask them because they're like younger. They're
How
a
do
little
you,
more.
reference shirts.
They're a little
little
more
man?
like in the PC kind of woke culture. So it'll be fine. They're just like it's a wife beater.
I want you to go
Idiot.
to a kid and try to get him to explain shirts, and him just like tell you to fuck off. And
Yeah, he's not
walk
gonna
off
listen.
and put his AirPods back in.
You're right.
If
They're
he
not
even
gonna-
stops to acknowledge you in the first place.
They're not going to entertain. Even when I talk to like my high school like cousins, cousins and stuff, like I kind of think I have like a much more thought-provoking conversation. Like in my head, I'm like, I bet they like talking to me better than they do. But honestly, I don't think they do. They usually seem pretty like, yeah,
So like
yeah, that's like school, John.
they
Yeah,
see you as
okay.
like one of them. You're like an old person to them.
Yeah, that's
even though the right
in my head. I think like, oh, they think I'm funny and I'm relating to them on a totally like. I understand the dynamics of school. Like, you're my younger cousin and you're probably bullied by this one, and I'm breaking it. And I think they're just like,
See, this one says
are we going to Golden
whatever.
Corral?
Fruit of the Loom, Fruit of the Loom men's A shirt multi-pack,
All right, there you go.
and it's
Nice. I'll look at him.
it's a wife beater.
So do you think the term wife beater? You think that came from Cops, the show Cops? It probably predates that.
Man, that's a good question.
Oh, there's also these.
That was
these
those were the ones that were really bad because it was like they would like hug down, like pat like your thighs almost, and it was kind of like those are the ones I felt really awkward in. But a lot of people I think wear those and like tuck them in.
Oh, what the fuck's up with those shirts?
If I was built like that though, I'd probably
it's like
wear
a
one.
manly camisole.
But why would you? If you were wearing a regular tee, you could still see the guy's guns.
Not enough though. You wouldn't be able to touch them.
Or if you were wearing, I could see your gun.
People see skin, they want to touch it.
Here's a compression shirt.
I gotta have it out there. Compression shirt. What is that compressing?
Your body?
To like what?
His muscles for heat.
What it does
it's chest compression.
stuff.
For,
what it does is
gynomastia moobs.
it squeezes the belly, and it makes you look like you got pecs. It's like squeezes it up. You know?
It's like a
That's how the body works, right?
a girdle.
It says it pushes down your man boobs. It
Oh,
says
man.
moobs on here.
Oh,
No
man.
shit. Is
Yeah.
that a medical term? Oh, it does.
It's a gyno.
Once you put in gyno, I'm like, whoa, that's not a term I want associated with me.
It's only $29.
For just
That,
for
dude.
for one?
Yeah.
That seems very overpriced.
Man, that's the thing is I don't
When
want to.
duct tape and a fruit of the Loomy would do it.
Does that have muscles made into it?
Yeah, it's got abs.
That's a little weird.
No.
What's funny is that guy clearly has. I like
Ab
how
shirt.
they still have to get a super fit guy to model the fit looking shirt.
Yeah, you can't have Plumber Joe out there.
That looks like a tiny dress. That one looks like a dress.
Well, no one else can see what we're doing, so
Yeah,
now
that's
that
very
we're,
true.
Now that we're well
Hey,
versed,
turn the
in,
camera on the computer. We're talking about A shirts and wife beaters. Man, that is a six pack for sure.
It's a body shaper.
So it got off the gram at the wrong time because Rachel Karen Green is on it now.
You know her middle name. Wow.
Of course.
You know, it's funny. I saw a Charlie Puth. I think he's like a YouTuber musician, but he was on Ellen, and he got to meet the cast, but he had never got to meet Jennifer Aniston. Apparently, she was on that show today, and Jennifer Aniston was like very flirtatious with this guy.
Yeah.
And I was just like thinking, like, could you imagine, like, because this kid's got to be early 20s, like younger than 25. Could you imagine, like, watching this show as a child, being like, wow, she's really pretty, and the first time you meet her, she is like
She's
hugging on
flirting
you.
with you.
Yeah, like during the interview, she's like sitting on the arm of the chair with her arm around him and stuff.
Oh, I'd explode. It's just.
Yeah, I'm like, this is
I'm
awesome.
done.
I hate that there's Ellen here and an entire crowd of people, but and that's the thing is, it's like, this is awesome, but in my head, I might be taking this too seriously because she might just be, oh, we're just putting on a show, being
just putting on
funny
a show
for the
for
audience.
Ellen,
But in my head, I'm like, dude, I think she's
Really?
maybe she
Have
might
you
be
seen
doing.
Have you seen her husband?
Oh, that's right. She's still married. Never mind. Well, that's a little weird. Why is she being all weird on TV then?
Because
Okay.
she's a fun.
Well, I
she's a
thought
fun
maybe
person.
she was doing the Kate Beckinsale thing because she's still hot.
What's she doing?
She could definitely do the Kate.
Oh, she's still dating
She's not
heroin
with.
SNL guy.
No. I don't think they're together anymore.
Corey
but,
Proctor?
But even the guy Pete Davidson, Corey Proctor. But even the guy before Pete Davidson was like a young. I think he was 21 tops.
Really?
Yeah, like she goes young.
I thought Corey was just like, oh, I'll just dip it too young once.
But I think I mean if
Sheesh.
obviously if Jennifer Aniston wanted to do that, she could easily
Oh, yeah.
easily
Yeah.
do that.
Justin might be fine with it too.
You know what's funny is we're joking about this, but I feel like in 2 weeks we're gonna be like, Jennifer Aniston spotted with Charlie Puth. I think it's Puth. Puth. It's a bad name. I feel like
Puth.
he should change it. Puth.
Is he
But maybe-
good at his?
I think he's good at it. Like I watched a bunch of videos where he's doing like the perfect pitch thing where they're like, what note is this? Oh, it's an F sharp. What note is this? Like he seems, and then I listen to his music and it's really bad R&B. Not, I guess it's good to people that like that stuff, but
How great would it be if the is it iPhone, is it Android? If he was replaced with Charlie Puth.
Oh, that would be
that
amazing.
that'd be a little better, right?
dude, and that guy's
A little more
shows,
interesting.
that guy's shows are off the hook.
Yo, what's that guy's name? I forgot it.
Mark Rebillet.
There you go.
Rebillet.
I think that's
He's
right.
French. Rebillet.
Nice.
But he has sold out shows. He plays in his fucking underwear, and chicks are throwing bras and panties at him, and he's wearing a robe the whole time.
How's he not
and-
bigger?
Oh, he's getting there, dude. I think he's getting
Yeah,
there.
he's growing very exponentially.
Okay.
I mean, it's still nuts to me that like he was gonna play at Backyard on Bell in Denton, Texas.
Not too long ago, right?
To make like less than 2
3
years ago, I think. Like to 10 people. I think we were 2 of 2 people there specifically to see him, and he didn't even he was sick or whatever. He didn't show up, but
he used to play. He would
MacBook
play.
was down.
He would play at Brain Dead Brewery in Deep Ellum, which is just like a bar and grill. People are in and out of there constantly. He just hang out and get tips.
Hangs out like sort of the corner,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah.
And he went the next street over and sold out trees, I think. I'm not sure if he sold it out, but
yeah, now when he comes back to town, he's selling out shows, and he used to just be in the corner in a brewery like less than 2 years ago. That's so nuts. I've never been so happy for a guy I don't know, like, because I definitely wasn't in on the ground floor or anything, but it's just like, oh wow, this guy's hilarious videos and stuff, and then it's like, whoa, he's kind of getting to be big shit now. Like, people love him. I mean, I love him.
I haven't dived too deep into him, but man, is it iPhone? Is it Android? I got to revisit that video because that was all I did for like 2 or 3 days. Watch that video.
But I think the funniest things were watching those live streams, and some people were kind enough because there was one. He's got like he's at this brewery and he's playing for like 2 or 3 hours. And he's
that long?
Yeah, he's making up the songs, and there was one that he was talking about bad words, like bad words, can't say bad words, and I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to find that because that's like he makes them up, but somebody I think has gone through all of his old videos and basically time stamped.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. Bad words, Mark, and I'm like, holy shit, this is the one, because I just love watching the crowd reaction because those people didn't go to the show to see him; they're just there to get some burgers and some beers. But it's really funny because you see either a lot of people don't know what's going on and then they end up loving it, and there was one where somebody unplugged his shit.
Oh, like a
quote
unquote fan,
patron or whatever was just like, which honestly, I can't.
It's not cool.
It's not cool at all. But like, I mean, it is kind of a family atmosphere. Like, if it was
he being that offensive?
But I mean, when the bad words things, he's like yelling cunt and shit and piss, like he's cursing and fucking. He is doing like
he does another one.
Shitting out my asshole, shitting out my asshole.
There's another one where he makes people uncomfortable, where he's like, I think he's like sacrificing a child.
Yeah,
he does like voice modulation, like he's like playing like Satan
drag the body to the.
Yeah,
it's
he does like a little girl. It's like, no, mommy, please don't kill me.
This is like 2 in the afternoon on a Saturday, like at a brewery.
A one-person playlet going on. But kudos to that person who was doing the Lord's work and archiving.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that takes work.
Because every time
pretty awesome that they went out of their way to do that.
Every time I click on a video and I see that somebody has like any video that has broke it down, that's always like the pinned comment, and it has like 40,000 likes because everyone's like, you go on there and you find a full album, it's like 60 minutes, and the first guy is like kind enough to do like 1 minute 34 track 2, and you're just like,
bless him.
Oh, I love that guy. It's gonna sound really dumb, but I didn't realize until long after the fact that if you just click on the time, it'll go right to that time.
Yeah.
I used to just like,
really?
oh, I see that.
And
if it's blue, if you can like click on it or whatever, yeah, it just goes right to that time in the video. You guys didn't know that?
No,
I felt like an idiot. Oh, okay. I felt like an idiot because I was like, golly, man, it's been like years and I never knew that, and I'm just like,
welcome to the world.
Oh
man.
my god, this is great. This is even better. I don't have to.
There's a link on my computer.
All that work of scrolling to that video, I don't have to do anymore.
You don't have to push the tape. I just keep pushing until I get to 23, 26. Yeah, but Aniston.
Yeah, she has more followers than any of the other Friends cast members, and they've been on there a lot longer.
Well, I mean...
And I was kind of wondering about that. What do you think it is? Like, what do you think it is about her?
Wholesome personality.
Yeah, she hasn't really had any controversy. I feel like
she's played great characters in movies and TV.
I know it's gonna sound bad, and this almost sounds demeaning to her.
Lover of water.
But I feel like her relationship with Brad Pitt kind of really like
catapulted,
helped her popularity. Like I think people.
That was a weird voice.
Yeah.
Was that like mid popularity? Was that like mid burp?
He's like the bubble in the throat thing.
Okay, yeah. Man, I think she was on a she was on like if you were to look at her career on a graph, it would be trending upwards. Like even without Brad,
even like because I always thought it was weird. I'm like, it's crazy to me how famous she is.
I don't know if that point made sense.
But no one else on that show is really. I mean, they're all super fucking famous, but.
Well,
but I feel that's what I'm saying though. Like
Schwimmer,
you got Jennifer Aniston with Brad Pitt, and Courtney Cox goes with David Arquette.
But didn't they all kind of like they all wandered off into like weird places though?
That's what I'm saying. None of them, even her, like she does have stuff to her credit that is notable, but not really like.
Hey man, have you seen The Good Girl?
No.
But she's also like she's also staying relevant because she's on like an Apple TV show now.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Reese.
She's got stuff, but it's not like.
But she has been, and after Friends, she was. I mean, she was in movies in the '90s. So she's always had movies.
Name movies since Friends. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying she doesn't
Horrible
have
Bosses.
Stuff.
Both of them. Good Girl.
Along Came Polly.
Oh yeah. The one with
yeah,
she was in with McConaughey in
See
one.
that's a big hit for her, and that's a forget about for Ben Stiller. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that movie. I have way bigger hits than that.
The Breakup.
Hey,
Actually, that was probably her.
That was a good one.
Like I say, I'm not taking anything. I like a lot of the movies. I just feel like they're not like.
What?
Like
they're not good, they're not
box office. You know what it is? I think women keep it real because I'm realizing now they're all romantic comedies. Like she's the girl they. That sounds so demeaning, doesn't it? She's the girl they want to be.
I mean, you do play that role well, so just roll with it, you know. No, but it's great.
Because I mean,
She's
I don't know.
Movies.
I mean, like I say, they're all great, and you know what's funny is I like Lisa Kudrow, like way more in like as funny as like in real life as opposed to the
fucking
character
Marley
on the show.
and me. Bruce Almighty. There he is. Fucking coming to the rescue.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, she did that Netflix show too recently.
I never saw it.
Hey, you know, crazy fact about Marley and Me. So the directors of that film, they're like, "Hey, we did Marley and Me. What should we do next? Oh, let's do Captain America and the Avengers movies."
Huh?
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
I could be wrong, but I don't know if it was their first movie, but they literally went from Marley and Me to doing fucking Marvel movies.
See, that's just
I don't know how
weird, man.
I don't know how Hollywood determines like, yeah, you can do that. You're good for this job.
I know you can do different things and approach movies in a different direction as a director, because that's kind of your thing. But man, that just seems like a huge swing to the left, like a big swing.
Because I just can't imagine, like, because I can understand making, you know, oh, we got a camera here, this person's filming here. But once it's like blue screens and there's 1,000 people on your crew, it's like, dude, I just did a movie with the dog. The dog didn't talk in that movie, did it?
No, I think it died at the end, though.
Oh, yeah, that's...
you remember her in Office Space? I think that was like...
Ooh, that was like in the middle of Friends.
About 96,
you think
96,
she's like,
97?
When this blows up, I'm
like,
fucking out of here. Well, that'd be crazy if she was the one that left. What if she'd have left in Office Space? It's like, oh, I'm going to take off. I got a movie career now. And then she, like, just obscurity. And Courtney Cox is the one to say. I feel like Courtney Cox, she was on top.
She didn't have the acting chops as Aniston does.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I think she does.
How about you pull up Aniston's
career? I understand that, but what I'm saying is, unfortunately for Courtney Cox, is she went the route of, I think we were talking off mic. I was gonna say off camera. Well, I guess it'll be off camera too.
She was in the Bruce video.
She did the Laura Flynn Boyle thing. She did the plastic surgery, and it's like I'm doing this to help my career, but like it's not. That's not going to help. We just saw a trailer with Helen Mirren today, and I'm like, well, she's still gonna work at 80. It's because she probably knows. Now that I'm saying that, I'm like, she probably did do something. She probably has done stuff for all I know.
She didn't have any kids.
Did she not?
Nope.
Oh, look at that.
Helen Mirren doesn't really look that different.
I think I'm going to put a guarantee on the box on that. I think I'm willing to go to battle for that. So
the movie looks good too, but I just
how about Rally Cat?
Riley cat?
Rally.
Is that
Did
a
I put
film?
a twang into it?
Is that a film?
No, I just wanted to talk about the black cat on the field.
Oh,
at MetLife.
Rally cat. Oh,
Rally.
okay. I got you. I kind of
Turn the game around from what I heard.
I kind of feel bad that I missed that. I didn't.
Hey,
I saw a picture online and I thought it was just like a quick thing, and then I hear it the next day. I'm like, oh, this is like a huge story. This is like on the field.
It was weird listening. I was listening to that game on the radio because I'm a Pori without ESPN. But it was weird hearing Brad Sham all of a sudden, black cat on the field, and it's running around. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought the Cowboys were driving. Was it fucking cat on the field? But yeah, it was kind of weird.
I did see a really awesome. Somebody was like, "Thank God for sports photographers," and it was this really awesome like mid run of this cat, like all paws are off the ground. It looks fucking gorgeous. And I'm like, man, that's pretty awesome. Because everything I had seen before was like blurry, shitty people with their. I would see it like Instagram stories, like people taking shitty, blurry photos of their TV. Like,
can't do that.
Cat on. That's why I thought like, oh, that's kind of funny. It's probably not that big a deal. And then I see the next day, I'm like, oh wow.
I mean, it is Rally Cat because after that, shit changed.
So what do you?
Cowboys went on a roll.
How many Cowboys you think it would take to catch that thing too? That I would have loved to see
I
professional.
don't know. I think DeMarcus Lawrence is apparently afraid of cats or doesn't like them. So
Oh wow.
I think a lot of those guys would just like steer clear of it.
It is funny
Which is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, these professional athletes. That's what I was hoping like, oh, that would be so great to see like a video, like a blooper reel.
NFL Films definitely has a blooper reel that you would love to get down on.
I don't understand what possessed that cat to go out there.
I've heard
I think
that
cats are-
stadium has cats that live in and around it, and people feed it or feed them. So I think they just kind of hang out.
And I get that they can be like in the bowels, but like just the fact that like, I'm just wondering like, I mean, I don't know what I would do.
It probably threw them off that their time in their head was like, all right, it's Monday night. Let's go out and get some food.
Oh, that is true.
The Jets or the Giants played yesterday.
Yeah.
So they know the Cowboys
What
were
is
in
everyone
town.
doing here?
But I
God
just
damn,
remember,
forgot
I
about
remember
Dude, that's a lot of scraps.
watching
though.
it, watching it
Good
run.
eating.
No doubt.
It ran like down the end zone, like towards one side, and everybody's just like, yeah, fuck you. The cat's just like, oh shit. So he turns around, and then you see all these like officials trying to like nab him. And
Yeah,
he's
if
just
it
like,
was in
fuck
fucking
off.
Philly would be throwing beer cans
Yeah.
at it and fucking get out of your field, you fucking cat.
Fucking shooting at it.
Yes. But that's what I'm wondering. I'm like,
Booing it.
like it had to walk by so many people to get to the field. That's what's weird to me. That people are like, "Whoa, cat coming through! Whoa, cat coming
Oh,
through!"
it's just a cat coming
let
through.
it through, people. And then it's next thing you know, it's on the fucking field, ready to go.
Nibbling on
I
popcorn
guess
on the
it's
way.
just so weird. You don't really no instinct kicks in to grab it. Just the NFL officials were just like,
Yeah, think
God
about
damn
it.
it.
Think about it. Would you grab it? Have you tried to grab these cats that live out near your apartment?
You
I
ain't
don't know.
grabbing them.
No.
Even if you're agile as fuck, those things are just
yeah.
squirmy and
Yeah,
get
that's
away.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's fuck, man, cats. Like,
I have trouble catching cats in apartments.
if they ever get,
Really?
Sometimes, because if
Trying to
they,
catch my cat in my apartment is fucking easy.
if they don't want to get caught, they
Nah,
won't get caught, or
don't
they'll
blame 'em.
they'll take a piece out of you before they get caught.
Shit.
shit.
Smack back. Smack backs probably. Where did you ever find out about Miriam's kids that don't exist?
Helen Mirren doesn't have any kids. She has no maternal instinct.
Right.
What- does
Right.
it say that specifically on
Uh-huh.
her?
She was quoted saying she has no maternal instinct.
Wow. What a
Can you
fucking
scientifically prove that? There's no way, right?
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
sure she
think
just
so,
like
but-
feels it.
Prove
She's just like,
instincts.
she's probably just an incredibly selfish
But I
person
think,
that wants to not.
I don't blame her.
Women
I'm
Does
with
usually,
her.
she have a husband?
yeah, she's been married
really?
a couple times, I think. But I think usually women have like that. There's like a hormonal thing that'll happen to them. I've seen like stuff.
Okay, I believe I just saw a picture of her that she had work done.
Yeah, that's what I was going to next. She does definitely look like she might have had some plastic surgery, but she doesn't look like she did anything crazy. She didn't like blow her face up or anything.
Shit, I'll blow her face
So
up.
she is what, 76? Is that what that said?
74.
Damn, 4s or 6s looking like 4s now.
Yeah,
Or,
it's
wait,
on those 6s.
4s looking like 6s. Sorry. Not the
Um,
Visa wheels.
Yeah. Let's see. She married American director Taylor Hackford.
Oh, good guy. I don't know who that is.
They got married in 1997, but they've been together since 1986.
Man, it's a long time.
Wow.
She also lived with Liam Neeson during the early 1980s.
He has a special set of skills.
Yeah, he has a giant cock too.
Oh, 2.
I think they have it. I think they have it. I think that's on the record.
It's like a beer can. 2 beer cans.
I know there was a picture of him in like some slacks or something. You could like see it through his slacks or whatever. I think there's a Kevin Smith has a podcast where they would end every episode with like jokes about Liam Neeson's cock.
Nice. Hey, if she wants to dip low a little bit, there's a 34-year-old who wouldn't mind going down that old wet bag.
So what's the age difference there? 36. That's like 40 years. I'm like an idiot. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
like the
40 or
easiest math.
something.
Wow, 40 years. I think Theo Vaughn said his parents were 38 years apart.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Time, Smiley.
That is nuts.
What's the time? Is it break time? Jesus Christ.
Hey, before we end before the break, there is a
Sorry.
funny side note. Keanu Reeves' current girlfriend
Can I guess?
is like 30 years younger than her, but looks a lot like her.
Oh,
Back to
30 years.
back. Never mind. I can't do it again.
So 36? She's about 36?
No, she's like 40 something. Well,
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I forgot about the 7 and the 3.
and the 8 and the 4.
Yeah, all that stuff. Let's go smoke cigs.
We'll be right back.
Let's go smoke cigs.
Can't even.
Because they can't even. Because they can't even.
And we're back.
Nice.
Got a lot of
So-
weird audio in between.
No. Wait, so that was recording me breathing hard the whole time?
On video.
Oh, well, on video. I mean, I think if it's just on video, then it'll just look like I'm staring at the microphone. It won't look like I'm breathing awkwardly into it.
So
Doesn't
not,
sound like it though.
so
Oh, see-
not only is our boy Beto out, do you guys think that whole Xennial generation is a little too microscopic? Like it's trying to like wedge itself into a generation.
Well, I know a lot of people our age feel uncomfortable about the whole millennial thing just because it goes, like I was saying before, it goes so deep. Like,
Because it
what
has
is
a
it, like
negative.
1997 or some shit like
Well,
that?
I think it.
maybe?
I think it just has a negative connotation, and that's why people. I feel like people that came up with Xennial are the ones that be like, I really don't want to be considered a millennial, so I'm gonna try to come up with like.
Try
For
to
what,
fudge
like,
the numbers.
People seem proud of Generation X,
Yeah.
and for all I know, there's 15-year-olds that are like, "Fuck yeah, millennials!" Like,
Got to represent the millennials.
Of course,
what did you guys?
baby boomers are getting angry about being called boomers.
well,
Well, that's what's
that's
funny is
another
like,
thing.
well, boomers is almost used for anyone like that just doesn't know something. Like it's just,
There's
hey,
some,
how do you I don't know, delete a tweet? Okay, boomer.
There was
like,
a conservative radio host. I could be saying this wrong, but some radio host said that boomer is the N word for ageism.
okay.
okay. I'm gonna quote.
All right.
I mean, I know where he's coming from, but I think I could be wrong. But I think John Mulaney was the one that said like, if you're gonna like compare two words and how awful they are, and you can't even say one of the words, that should
that's
tell you.
deep.
That should tell you like, the boomer is the N word. Well, you just said boomer, and you couldn't allow yourself to say the other one. So I don't know if it's that bad, and I don't think it's like I say. I hear it used online all the time, and it's like. Granted, they'll use it for old people, but they also just, like, I would be considered a boomer if I, like, went on a live stream. I'm like, how do I turn my camera on? Like, oh, get this fucking boomer out of here. It's kind of it's a catch-all. I mean, it's probably the bad thing about, I don't know, a lot of insults. It's like they're not specific enough. They're kind of like, oh, you're using that word to describe a whole group of people?
Yeah, so I brought this up off mic during SIG break. You should know about the Xennial generation, and this is for not you guys.
You should know about it.
You should know.
We should know about it. Why do we
You
not
should
know
know.
about it? It's
The
yeah,
more
yeah.
you know.
they already exist. I'm
I haven't been.
related to people that are of this
We
generation.
just haven't been looking in the right places, I think.
No, I guess.
Which is, I think, why
Who's
I
telling us to
subscribe
know
this? You know, Reddit.
Oh,
You
it's
know,
Reddit.
The gods and goddesses.
Some fucking
But
assholes.
so the Xennial
Xennial.
generation, those born in the late 70s into the early 80s, described as having an analog childhood and a digital adulthood. Xennials have cultural influences of both Gen X and millennials and are considered a microculture bridge generation. So I know it's like really in there. It's like difference between a wham and a
Microculture bridge.
sweep, but just sort of, it's a little microscopic, but I think it sort of fits. I mean,
I'm
I know
sure you can.
ages range and generations. You have a sliding scale, but it
I've kind of heard the
fits
same
pretty
thing with, along the same lines, like with millennials, as far as like, they were the last generation, pre-internet and post-internet, like in adulthood and everything. So I feel like
You're
somebody
good
just-
with that.
it's just like the genre thing. People just want like, don't put me in a box. I just want like a really tiny, tiny box for myself.
Yeah, we're not.
I want my own box. Can I have my own box?
We're Floridian death metal. How about that?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, we're not just death metal. There's a certain sound. It's a certain way the BC Rich is tuned. And
Yeah, that sounds
it's
cool.
Floridian
This is-
death metal.
It sounds.
We sound like obituary.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like. It doesn't sound like it's. No, it's definitely below Mason-Dixon.
All
Okay.
right, so Virginia,
All right.
maybe South
I
Carolina.
think it's Southwest. No, it's got to be Florida. That sounds Florida. It's got that.
Does it have a panhandle thing?
The way
or
the way
like
he bends his notes is a signature to the Florida sound.
It's very southern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a West Palm Beach thing. The way they bend their E string.
There you go.
So.
Is that a real thing?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I
I, was,
bet we're-
I
bet
got
we're
really
going on.
scared because I'm like, I don't know. People are coming up with that generation. I mean, I guess technically 85 is not the early 80s, so.
You can call it I was born in March of '85, so it's
It's
early. It's early mid-year.
So you read that and you're like, I'm a Xennial, bro. I'm not a. Just for the record, go out in public, and when people call you a millennial, be like, I'm a Xennial. You're gonna sound like one of those people. You're gonna sound like a millennial.
I'm gonna slap him across the face. with
Actually,
a-
that's not my correct determination of myself, so I'd appreciate it if you called me a Xennial.
I'm gonna slap them, and right afterward, it's a YSK. It's a you should know.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
That's a good way to start it.
millennial. I'm a Xennial, whatever.
YSK, not a millennial.
YSK.
That's
But
a
you
good
have
way
to
to
prompt
open
it
up.
with a
I'm not.
slap. You have to prompt it with a slap, like pah. YSK.
Says in 2018, Business Insider describes Xennials as people who don't feel like a Generation Xer or a millennial using birth dates between 1977 and 1985.
This sounds like people that give a shit about fucking zodiacs and shit to me.
According to the internet, though,
It's like, Mom, I feel like I'm a person, but I was born in this year, so am I a person?
in internet folklore, Xennials are born between 1977 and 1983, according to the Guardian.
Damn, the cutoff.
Not only is one person, several people have spent a lot of time on this.
Oh, yeah.
This is the stuff that makes me want to shoot myself in the face.
That people have done like the ultimate research
Yeah.
job. Not job,
Is this
but
not
project.
how can you say it? I don't know.
Also known as the Oregon Trail generation.
That
Okay.
You can't be that in the year. How would
Do
that
you
even
remember
make
playing
sense?
Oregon Trail?
I remember
you're part
playing
of
the
the
Oregon Trail, but the people on the Oregon Trail, I think they'd be like, hello.
Well, they're not here.
Could you imagine we die and go to
Dysentery.
whatever afterlife. Like, yeah, I'm part of the Oregon Trail generation. Like, really? Because my whole family died on that trail. Don't remember seeing you there with your flannel shirt and your cell phone, you
With
fucker.
your BCIS class.
Yeah. That's insulting.
Oregon Trail.
That's insulting to those Oregon
The
Trailers.
Apple II version of Oregon Trail.
It's like, oh
Wait.
no, shit, you died of dysentery? How'd you die? Like, fucking my self-driving car fucking crashed into a
I
Starbucks.
was texting and driving.
Yeah, and I
asshole.
drowned in mocha.
Damn.
It's fucking bullshit. Get
Yeah,
out of
man,
here with
it's
that.
cool. It's
What's-
cool.
Terminology and okay.
You can just listen to the Dead and just get along, man.
The Grateful Dead.
Yeah. I think.
I'm surprised there's not more bands with the name Dead in their name. There's probably this fucking. I don't even need to
Through
start
the
that
eyes
up.
of the dead, bury your dead,
Through the eyes of the dead.
talking to.
dead to fall.
Yeah, shit, I just realized as soon as I said it, I was
Death
like,
Man
I'm
over
sure
here.
if I gotta say, Through the Eyes of the Dead, not a good name.
No.
Is it through THRU or THR?
Drive through.
It's spelled correctly.
What do you mean correctly?
What do you
THRU
think you
is-
would see through
Am
the
I
eyes of?
correct in your eyes, sir?
What do you think you would see through the eyes of the dead, Smiley? Probably not a lot. I don't think.
You think they're colorblind?
I think they're just blackness.
The fear of the living.
Well, how are they getting around?
How are the dead getting around?
You just kind of waltzing around, just
Are there zombies I don't fucking know about?
there could be. You could be cooking
think,
them up in a lab.
Well, are dogs colorblind?
Yeah.
Whatever way dogs see, that's what I'll
I
grant.
think they can see like
zombies.
maybe like a color.
Grant.
Yeah, that's what I'll allow them to have.
Hey, didn't we have like some worthy things to talk about? Other than looking up.
Oh, like the fact that you fucking strangled Jeffrey Epstein in his fucking cell?
Me?
Yeah, and then you like Sig Heiled that fucking prison guard on the way out?
Sig Heiled? Like lit his Marlboro light for him?
He's pretending like he doesn't know what that means.
Well, I mean, I've been told to play a certain way, and
Oh, that guy.
I'm just following my script, sir, and
I feel like he did kill himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's that crazy. It's like, yeah, I'm responsible for a lot of awful things. If I don't kill myself, people are going to kill me.
Do
I'm
you
just
think
gonna
the,
go-
So it's like,
the
I mean-
cameras just shorted out on their own and that the security guard just like took a break on accident?
I mean, good. I mean, I don't really think it like it wouldn't be
into that
like
parliament, man.
like it's just weird to me to think that like why on earth do you think Jeffrey Epstein himself, like why would that guy want to stay alive? Oh, I want to rat everybody out.
The food.
I want to the food in prison. It's like I want to go to prison known as the most prolific pedophile of all time, and I want to rat out the world's most elite people. Like that seems like a lot of pressure. I might want
Well,
to.
they did cut him a deal the first time.
Yeah, the first time, but they didn't really have eyes on him. Like, I mean,
Well, he was offering up some juicy stuff. He had a book.
I mean, I'm sure he is,
he had a book of names.
but I don't think he's.
The
I mean,
Black Book.
like, don't get me wrong. It's very possible that he could have been killed, but like, I don't think it's crazy. That you're like, you think that guy would kill himself? I'm like, yeah, he was in a lot of trouble.
But maybe he
Yeah.
was hoping they'd stick him on a private island somewhere and make him disappear.
Which they actually did.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. I mean, like
I mean, who
either,
knows?
yeah.
He's hanging out with Tupac and Elvis.
Those guys are dead.
Man, okay. People have got to stop throwing Elvis's name around with this because he is what, in his 80s now?
Yeah, what
So
if
he would have died by
that
natural
is
causes.
that is funny if he did.
I'll give you Tupac.
He died in like actually 2004. Duh. You follow your conspiracy theories.
He actually had a heart attack.
He was in that. He was in the second plane. That was Elvis.
Tower 7?
Nothing hit Tower 7.
Big hologram.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Well, now I have to live in fear because I just outed myself as Epstein guy.
Yeah, that's.
Think of what I got to carry on now. Jeez.
Man, do you think? God, that's something
don't
I want.
think.
That's something I want to see on Afterlife YouTube for sure.
What's that?
Epstein's death?
Epstein's death.
Well, you don't get to go into other people's YouTube.
No,
It's just your YouTube.
Oh,
Different
I like
angles.
I don't know how I feel about
Maybe
that. I don't know how I feel
after
about that.
certain eons, you can get like someone else's point of view.
No,
like
because
every time that they've interacted with, like
I don't think I've ever thought of it
your
that
point
way.
of view through your mother.
I don't think I've ever thought of it that way because I've wanted to watch like historical moments. Like I've wanted to watch like the birth of Christ. Like I've wanted to like Google that, boom, and I don't have a point of view on that.
Well,
so.
we never said. We need to make up a set of laws, a set of rules to Afterlife YouTube.
Afterlife.
We kicked around the idea for about.
I think it's
how long
pretty.
have we been doing this podcast?
It's pretty
A year?
open to me. It's just anything.
But I mean, do you really want it to be so willy-nilly that you can just get to anything, or do you want to go through maybe some certain challenges to get maybe Epstein's point of
Dude,
view?
the afterlife. Dude, imagine you're like dead and you're like, all right,
Maybe Trump's point of view.
I've seen everything. He wasn't there. He was.
Wouldn't
off,
you like Trump's point of view?
He was off saving the country from
Trenchfoot?
Trenchfoot.
What was Trump saving the country from?
I don't know. He wasn't there killing him. All right. He was on a plane to that island to get his girlfriend out of there.
Oh my gosh.
That would be funny to
he rolled through.
That would be funny to picture like the Clintons and the Trumps like in a getaway plane to the island to like clear all their names, and it's like, all right, but as soon as we get out of here, we're fucking enemies again. But
I'm gonna smear your ass in 2016.
I feel like there was a moment where they all had their hands on each other's shoulders, like looking out at the sunset on the island. Like that time in '97, that was great, wasn't it, Bill?
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
it
those
sure was.
12-year-olds.
Sure was, Don.
Dawn. It's sort of like the end of Swordfish whenever Travolta and Halle Berry are just like flipping off the world while they're on a boat full of cash and booze.
It's
He's
exactly
like,
that.
fuck yeah. Fuck them all.
It's exactly
We're
like
getting
that.
drunk and just gonna eventually kill each other, but you know.
Yeah, they don't have
Kick
anything in
ass.
common except for their love of children.
They had a love of children in that movie?
Hey, just for the record, I want to.
Swordfish?
I want to. No, sorry. I was talking about the
Trump's and
the leader of the free
Clintons.
world and the former
Yes,
leaders of the
yes,
free
yes,
world.
yes,
I
sorry.
I just want to get it on record that I am not suicidal, and can't
Oh.
imagine a scenario where I would do that. So just want to put that out there, just in case.
Look at this little.
Next week's episode. Hey, I just got to get it on the record just in case something happens, and I'm not gonna. I don't have things in my past or my record that would make me like, oh no, I'm gonna put away the people I love.
This little biznatch afraid of the man.
Now I'm thinking I'm gonna be put in a scenario somehow. It's like, well, we'll murder your family if you don't kill yourself. I'd be like, all right, I'll kill myself. I think I'd probably. God damn, that's an awful.
Don't try to put yourself in the scenario right now. We're trying to record.
Yeah, it's a great thing for
We're
like.
trying to record our thoughts.
Would I be willing to kill myself to save my family? Yeah, I think
The
I would.
ultimate.
Yeah, I would. But part of me would want to stay alive so I can get those people. You know, I don't think my
You're gonna go.
because that's what I'm
Liam
saying. If I
Neeson
kill
on him?
myself, my family's just gonna be like, "Oh, he was depressed. We had no idea. We loved him. Blah blah blah. Our son, our
He was
brother,
drawing
blah,
a
blah,
lot.
blah."
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna miss him, so they won't know to look into it.
Do you have a?
But I'll no, I'm not. I'll die. I'll die. All right, you got me. Sorry.
man.
I just gave away how they could get me to die. I was just trying.
You already
God.
lost before you
Okay.
started.
Dude, I don't think I'm not gonna be here next week.
Take a sip of beer.
I'm all out of beer.
I'm
drank-
all out
I
of.
drank
I'm all
all
out
the
of
beer.
angst. Oh my gosh. Do you have a news thing?
Do you want to talk about the
News? Why are you talking
the
news?
Popeye stabbing
Popeye
Oh.
stabbing.
or the Alexa
I didn't know-
crime evidence?
I want to talk to stabbing, but I wasn't. I knew there was a kerfuffle at a Popeyes, but I didn't know it involved a stabbing.
A kerfuffle?
Kerfuffle.
Origin, please.
Can you use it in a sentence? I'm gonna guess that.
No, I
it's...
asked you a question.
What?
I asked you a question of
I can't
origin.
talk. Anytime I talk, I possibly incriminate myself. So I don't know if that's a good idea for me to do.
I was trying to save you from your breakdown, but I didn't know if I should go like Pearl
Holy
Jam
shit.
or...
My weird way of spelling it was actually right. Kerfuffle. A commotion or fuss, especially one caused by conflicting views.
Ooh, this...
That's a good thing to use during a political debate. Like, I don't mean to cause a kerfuffle here, ladies and gentlemen, but...
we got Herbert Hoover over here. It's like the 1930s presidential
Yeah, I feel
debate.
like they're all like slinging insults, and I'm like, hey guys, let's not cause a kerfuffle here.
Yeah, kerfuffle.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Popeye should...
Okay, this is from the New York Times.
Slimes.
This was actually yesterday. The authorities are searching for an unidentified man who they say fatally stabbed another man in an altercation while waiting.
Stabbed him.
Yeah, stabbed him to death.
Stabbed
while waiting for the new Popeyes chicken sandwich in Maryland on Monday night. Police are also searching for a woman who is wanted for questioning. Kevin Tyrell Davis, 28, who'd cut in line designated specifically for customers
2,000 yards?
ordering the sandwich, was confronted by another customer once he reached the counter. Chief Hank Stawinski of the Prince George's County Police Department said at a news conference on Tuesday. An argument broke out, and seconds later, Mr. Davis was stabbed once in the upper body, and police said, adding that they found a knife at the scene. The attacker and the woman fled the scene in a car, the police said.
Damn. So, this happened in Baltimore?
Well, it said Maryland. I don't know. You're just going straight to Baltimore.
It's Prince George County. I'm not really sure what part of Maryland that is.
I'm just going to Bodymore, Murderland. You know what's up, Smiley? Bodymore.
Hey, man.
It's Oxon Hill,
I saw one
Maryland.
episode of The Wire. Or one season, sorry.
Oxon Hill, Maryland, about 9 miles south of Capitol Hill in Washington.
Okay.
Ooh.
So they can't just be happy with the Nats winning the World Series. They're gonna go fucking stabbing people over a chicken sandwich. And if I remember correctly, I heard about the story. Didn't the guy cut in line?
Yeah,
he
said.
Yeah, so
you're kind of like
tit for tat, you know.
Hey, just for the record, I'm pretty sure
you
that
know where you are.
I'm just gonna say it. This is fake. This didn't happen.
Bullshit! It didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen, dude. This is Popeyes.
Okay.
This is Popeyes being like, "Oh yeah, you don't think our sandwich is good? Well, people are dying for it." So,
did y'all hear about?
Have you not seen the lines?
So November the 3rd.
Yeah, I've seen people paid to wait in their cars in line.
Nope.
Really?
November.
I'm just kidding. No, I didn't really see that.
November the 3rd was National Sandwich Day.
Oh my god, dude, that didn't.
Chick-fil-A advertised, why not celebrate National Sandwich Day at Chick-fil-A? But Chick-fil-A is fucking closed on Sunday.
Whoops. That's the major boner of that franchise.
Popeyes responded on Twitter. I believe they said y'all good? ?
Okay, I just
franchise
like
Twitter
Popeyes
is funny to me.
Like good chicken. Don't talk shit about Chick-fil-A. Like, you guys suck. People are dying. Like, I don't. What's that? Y'all gosh, we got like.
Well, no, this happened. That happened before the stabbing.
I know, but it's Hey, just for the record, Chick-fil-A's good. They have lines where people don't die, and they have like 4 people out there taking orders. Yeah, they're good.
They're overstaffed, and they say, "What do they say?"
And they're nice.
God bless you.
Yeah, how may I serve you? That's a little weird. I'm uncomfortable.
What's the thing whenever you say thank you?
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
Oh, my pleasure.
My pleasure.
Hi, my name is John. How may I serve you? Don't say. I mean, you are serving me. Well. Servers. That sounds weird.
Well,
I got a few ideas.
I'm a little lonely.
Might involve some Chick-fil-A sauce.
I'm eating chicken.
What the H? I don't think any of the Popeyes employees would be like, "Hello, how may I serve you?"
Sweet tea.
We should probably edit that out.
What, sweet tea?
No, they serve you.
Popeyes does not serve tea, do they?
I would assume so, but I have no idea. All I know is I'm not
the Express does it.
I'm not going to one.
The what?
The Express. Chickeny.
serves tea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fucked
Gotta
up?
have that tea with chicken.
Wasn't it kind of standard around here in the South?
In the South?
In the South, mate.
Wouldn't that be weird if that
Brisbane.
guy? Wouldn't it be weird if they weren't even in line for the sandwich? Or like we're
No,
just
they were in
here
line
for
for the
regular
sandwich.
chicken. Both of them for sure in the sandwich.
Oh well, I mean,
Well,
the guy
why
who,
else would you be in a Popeyes?
I will say
I don't know,
this.
getting a dark 4-piece with okra.
I like how you're like, no one has ever gone to Popeyes before they had a sandwich. I grew up on Popeyes. It's
Their
like where we
biscuits are
always
awesome.
went.
I'm saying, why are you just stabbing random people in a line in Popeyes? Why are
Because they fucking cut you in line.
so?
Yeah,
You
but
don't
it's
cut.
not like
You don't cut.
No
like at that
cutscenes.
at that
There's
point
no
it
cut.
doesn't at that that's what I'm saying. Like at that point it doesn't have anything to do with the sandwich. It's like, oh, really?
Maybe they were afraid that they weren't going to get one.
I mean, that's possible,
There's no
but
cuts, man.
dude,
It's bottom
have you ever
line.
experienced
If
someone
cut,
cutting you?
get cut.
Like the
Yeah,
I don't
man.
want to justify death, but cutting is a very infuriating thing.
It
Well,
should.
why don't you just handle it like a man and throw him a beating? Be like, hey,
That's
bitch,
handling like a
One-
man.
You should have asked
take
them.
take
hey,
these hands real quick.
Hey, there are two sides of the story.
Talking to the mic.
For
Check
all-
one, check two.
For all we know, fucking guy that got stabbed in the upper body and whatever was probably like, yo, bro, get my
Showed a 9.
Yo, I'm getting my sandwich, son.
Or
Once you get
Glock.
back in the car, like, oh, are you? Bam, bam.
Well, I think if he brandished a weapon, it was probably in the police report somewhere.
Oh, was it? Yeah, because they're so willing to talk to the police.
Damn, John.
I'm just saying.
like-
You guys don't know the street like I know this.
You just got like 10 minutes ago. You're like, man, every time I open my mouth, it seems like I just say something stupid. And then
I'm just, yeah, okay.
I just kind of open my mouth.
All right.
I'll say something stupid.
So, have we talked about a corner dinner at Popeyes? Is the
That-
Popeyes like bad here like that? Honestly, man, it's funny
It ain't happening.
because the sandwich craze has made me like want Popeyes, but I don't need to go there and get a sandwich. But I'm like, man, I
little 3-piece.
would love some of their fries. I like their fries and I like their chicken.
Biscuits.
Man. But I don't want to be the guy that dies in line that's not even waiting for a sandwich.
Just don't cut. You'll
Yeah,
be fine.
just wait in line like a civil human being.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? You know what I planned for you? If you want the chicken sandwich.
Yes,
you
he
should-
deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
Hey, I'm not the one that murdered anybody. Don't fucking get pissed off at me. It's, you know the name of that film, Smiley?
Time to kill.
Yeah, it's about a guy cutting in line at a fast food restaurant.
It is not about a guy.
Oh man, I forgot all about that movie. I was like,
Time to kill?
yeah, I was like, Samuel L. Jackson. God, that was like his most. That's probably actually that's still his most quotable line, probably, right?
Maybe.
What about Pulp Fiction?
Are these motherfucking? Oh, you're
Oh.
right. There's a lot from Pulp Fiction, but there's motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Have you guys seen that movie?
No, sir.
I have not seen it either.
Yeah, yeah, I saw it.
Oh, you haven't? Is it
Yeah.
good?
It's good for what it is.
What was it about?
Guy
Ugh.
gets on a
I'm
plane
just
and there's
kidding.
fucking snakes everywhere.
The plot is in the title. It's
Just
a rare
kidding.
it's a rare breed.
Want to go see snakes on a plane, babe?
Plots
No,
in the
what's it
title.
about? What's it about? Let's go Sammy J.
He
Yeah.
falls in love
And
with
a
a
salmonella.
Norwegian filmmaker
Okay.
who eventually directs a film with Harry Connick Jr.
Hope Floats.
There you go.
Is that the Harry? Oh, I know what you're talking about. He's talking about fucking Independence Day.
Jimmy, no.
He's only ever
But
talking
Jimmy
about
was just
Independence
like,
Day.
Yeah, I guess I'll just
Hey, name 3 Harry Connick Jr. movies for me.
Hope Floats. Independence Day.
Oh man, that's all I got too.
I'm sure he was in some mid-90s action movie.
I think
Not
so.
Independence Day, but sort of like maybe involves like a natural disaster.
2012. I don't know. It wasn't in 2012.
I don't know.
Man,
I think this is
so-
one of those things where I'm going to feel dumb whenever...
One thing, I know I got us
Shit,
off
think about-
topic, and now I'm
think
trying to
about
get
his
us.
credits.
But I'm curious to know.
Yes, John.
Does the dolphin. I feel like I vaguely remember the dolphin movie he was in. He was in The Iron Giant? No shit. All right. But here's one thing I know. Does Popeyes do Uber Eats? Could you imagine being the guy just going to pick up
I'm not sure.
a sandwich for somebody else?
You want me to look?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, that would suck to be the guy. God, could you imagine that? It's like you're waiting in line, and now like they ran out of the sandwich, so you're not gonna get the sandwich. Now you got to go back to the people and be like, "Hey, they don't have the sandwich. I saw a guy get murdered." Like, well, that's no excuse.
I saw a guy get murdered.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Man.
Oh, never mind. I gotta log in. I can't remember all that
Yeah,
shit.
don't worry about it.
But I'm pretty sure I've seen him on there.
Man. Well, that's a good
Or
option
maybe
to know, so I don't have to actually go there.
It might be something really fucking stupid though. Get this. So I wanted to eat Boston Market. It's just like a convenience thing. Like their food's
You don't have
reasonable.
to defend
Yeah, don't be like,
Market.
don't judge me, all right? I
That
just
shit's-
liked food.
That's
But
just
it's-
quality.
It's literally around the corner from my girlfriend's apartment. You just like get on the road, hop around the corner, and come right back.
Mhm.
I got on
The
Uber Eats.
life.
I got on Uber Eats, and a lot of times what you can do with Uber Eats, you can order it and just go pick it up if you want, and they won't charge you and there's no fees or
Oh, that's
anything.
pretty
You
good,
just
yeah.
order the thing and go get your shit, and it's all real quick. They have a thing on the Uber app. It's 2 meats and like 2 sides and a drink or something. So I wanted that, and I tried to do the pickup, but they don't allow the pickup. So I went through the drive-thru, and I was looking for the thing that I wanted with the 2 meats. And I was like, hey, do y'all have the combo with 2 meats? Like, I wanted, like, meatloaf and, like, chicken or something.
I thought you were like, I'm the Uber driver here to pick up that food.
No love for turkey.
But they were like, that's only online.
What the fuck,
hell?
man? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, they were like, we only do that online.
So the only way you're going to get that
Well-
food is if you order through Uber Eats.
Right.
And that's kind of fucked up because it's really not like, I don't feel like that's helping them out. It's just helping out Uber Eats.
Uh-huh. And you can't go
And are
do
people
self-pickup. You have to get it delivered.
Is that really ensuring that Uber Eats gets like deliveries from fucking Boston Market? They're like,
I don't know,
how
man.
like, so what you're saying is you have it. You're looking at it right now,
Yeah.
but you can't give it to me.
Right.
That's
that's the damnedest
fucking,
thing.
that is insane.
But
that
that's
Usually it's like a limited menu online.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they offer like less, not like, hey, get this special thing that you can't get if you come and see us in person.
you can get the cobbler.
Dude, I
Just
think
not online.
I feel like the upper management, like executive, they don't know about that. I feel like they should be made aware of
Oh,
that.
they don't care.
No,
they know,
nasty
John.
Yelp-
I don't
Yelp
think
review.
I don't think they do.
They know, but they just
I
don't
feel
give
like
a shit.
I feel like that's just something got lost in like the whole deal and something, and they're like, wait a second, you're telling me.
Much like in the world of the 1%, the people up top know, and they just don't care.
Dude, I guarantee this
It's
though.
just
If
the
you,
way it is.
I bet if you tweet to them, you don't have a Twitter. Yeah, I'll tweet to them for you.
Hey, Cole's the worst. What
I bet
up?
they
I'll do it.
I bet they respond, and I bet they'll be like, oh, they'll probably be like, loser. All these fucking.
They'll give you an emoji with the middle finger is what they'll do.
They
laugh.
they'll do one of two things.
Cry
I think
emojis
they'll like
follow.
hook you up for good, and you'll be all set, or they'll do like all
roast you.
fucking social media,
Yeah.
fucking fast food places now, and be like, fucking boomer, get out of here.
Yeah.
Fucking.
You know,
I like how you're tweeting to somebody, but they're still gonna call you a fucking boomer. It's like, bro, I'm tweeting.
this may not be a side note, but the boomer thing has got me so sideways because, you know, when I think of boomer, I think of Boomer Sooner, and I think of college football. So every time boomer is mentioned, I just OU football. And I'm just like, oh god, what is it? Jason White, DeMarco Murray, Adrian Pitt, like what the fuck? It's just the weirdest thing. Is that like a high thought, or is it like a drunk thought, or it's just like a
So is that what you're asking people when they say that? Like, oh, fucking yeah, Sooners.
like
man.
a boomer?
Sooner? What? What are you talking
Okay.
about?
I don't know.
I've been hearing it for a while now, just because I watch so many like YouTube live streams.
Well,
and
Reddit
stuff, and it's
loves
constant.
the term.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just weird how terminology can affect you in different ways, man.
And it definitely originated from, I believe, like baby boomer, but now, like I say, it applies to somebody who's born in the like I say, I've heard it used for people that I know for a fact were born in the 70s and 80s. So it's like definitely not. It's just yeah. Don't be so out of touch, boomer. Order online for the meatloaf turkey at Boston Market, boomer.
Pay the $3.50
God, so
convenience fee.
what insanity! That is insane. And I don't think. Okay, so does DoorDash not do drinks?
I think they do.
Is it just
never
specific
was-
restaurants?
I don't necessarily want someone like with a drink that takes as much time for them to get it to my place, because they're not going to take a sip of it, right?
Okay.
And it's just going to like get all sorts of flat by the
In
time
like
it gets
5 to 10 minutes. Like it's the same as you driving to a fast
know,
food restaurant and driving
But
back.
you know, the both of you know the joy of getting a number 5 and then having that drink, and then you take about 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 sips out of it before you even get to the house.
I mean,
So I mean, it's fresh. It's
They-
cream
they-
off the top.
they
baby.
don't.
It's cream off the top.
They don't do
It's-
it because they're guaranteed to take sips of it.
No, it's just I don't want someone delivering a drink to me, especially like a soda drink. Like if
That's-
it's
Like a fountain drink?
That is-
like a fountain drink. If
that
it's
is-
bottled, cool.
That
But
is the
like
most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
the most ridiculous thing you've ever
Yes,
heard in
it's
your
like,
life.
oh, I want a full meal, but do not give me a drink.
I don't want the drink. Like if it's bottled,
You're worried about
if
that
it's
being.
bottled,
You're worried
kick
about that
ass.
being flat, but not food being cold. But that being flat in like 5 to 10 minutes.
If it's bottled, that's awesome. If it's fountain, don't want it.
Okay.
Don't want it. Don't need it. I got water
DoorDash really needs to
and
start
seltzer
delivering
water.
drinks.
too.
Seltzer water.
What if they
Little
don't
Topo
put
Chico.
they don't put the straw in? They just leave it sealed.
It's fine. You can just keep it. You can have
Oh,
fun.
get out of here with
Have
that.
fun with that large Diet Coke. I don't want it.
All right.
I'm just giving back. I mean, what am I going to do with it? Just drink a flat ass Diet Coke?
What do you? How do you like?
Nah,
Whenever
I don't want
you're
it.
whenever you're eating at home, you have your hand over the cup, like, oh, I don't want this to go flat. while
No,
I'm
like
eating
I
my
said
meal.
earlier, when I go through the drive-through and get a drink, that's 3 or 4 sips off the top.
Okay.
That's fresh cream, baby. That's right out of
So
the,
once- by
that's
the time
right
you-
out of the soda
You
machine
like
Okay.
it bubbly?
and into my mouth,
You like
and
it
it's
extra bubbly?
and there's flavor.
And by the time you get home, it's bad.
by the time I get home, I am not drinking more, probably half of that. Like I'm leaving a lot out there,
Okay.
only because I want that fresh, baby. I need that fresh.
Why don't you get a soda stream?
What is that?
Oh, one of those things where you make
What is
your
that?
own, like you make your own at home. Like you, it basically like
I'll
carbonates your water,
I'll
and
just
you can
keep
you
giving
flavor it as
Topo
you speak.
Chico and Kroger seltzer water my money.
That was a fucking
I'll-
the most millennial thing I've ever heard in my life.
I thought it was. I'm trying to be Xennial. Fuck.
I mean, that's probably well, yeah, you're probably right. I don't know if
I think that's probably it's not even a generational thing. It's just a
I bet it is.
just a personal
generational
personal preference. How about that?
All right. Amongst a certain age group.
What time are we at? Because I am dying to get this joke out.
Yeah,
If
and I gotta
we
urinate
are at-
like a
If
like
we
a,
are at time,
like an MFer, like a BFer.
but you gotta stay for this joke, baby.
All right, I'm waiting.
We're at that $1.13.
Yeah.
Okay. Get them notes. Get them notes. I can jot down notes like it's fucking algebra class all over again.
You probably spelled Xennials wrong.
That's with an X, man, not with a Z.
No, he did. I think there's probably like more N's and
It does
an
look
A
weird
and
whenever
stuff.
you look at a word that starts with the letter X.
I like how no one
It
complains
throws
about
you off.
about that.
Xenophobe.
I like how no
Yeah.
one complains about
Xanax.
that made up word being spelt wrong.
Well, it's
Xanadu.
Like every fucking word is made up.
Fucking movie. Who is the second coolest man in the hospital?
Second coolest. Coolest. That's a hint, Smiley. Probably some dead guy. I didn't kill Epstein, so probably.
The hip replacement guy.
All right, everybody. Peace be with you. Thank you for listening.